All right, let's move on to Mike Tyson and the Jake Paul fight, or exhibition. It's not even a proper fight. All right, so let's. I was just going to listen to some Joe Rogan in talking about his thoughts on uh, Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul.
So,
There's certain people that are just crazy, man.
well, speaking of Mike Tyson,
There's a lot of people that are crazy.
these people that think that he don't stand a chance against Jake Paul, that are like this shouldn't even because he's too old. I was like, I think you're crazy.
Well, they're definitely uninformed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Because here's the thing: he is 57 years old. He will be 58 when they fight. He has had a long fighting career. He has been knocked out by massive men like Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield. You know, he's had a lot of blows, and it's
Yeah.
long. Long past the time.
yeah. That age factor is a massive factor. It is a massive factor. Um, yeah, what 57? He's going to be 58 when he actually gets in there. I think the fact that it's going to be an exhibition. Well, apparently it's not really going to matter because Tyson was saying it's going to be with normal gloves and all that. But I think, yeah, I think Tyson will display some good skills, especially for his age. But Jake Paul's definitely going to have that youth on his side. Not that I don't know, it's kind of almost an even fight. Even with him being that old, like, yeah, I almost see it even. Tyson will just open him up with his defense, with his crappy defense that Jake Paul has. Um, but yeah, Tyson might gas a bit because he's a bit older, but even Jake Paul doesn't really have the best stamina either. Like he gets gassed out, so it's gonna be pretty competitive, I think.
Time where most people ever fight. The only person that ever fought competitively after age 50 is Bernard Hopkins and Archie Moore.
What about George
Archie Moore
Foreman?
did it back in
No,
the day.
Foreman was 40s.
Bernard Hopkins.
Foreman was in his 50s, I believe, when he had his last fight. Was he? He won the title.
I'm grabbing some whiskey.
Yeah. Foreman was the
Bernard Hopkins was the oldest person to win a legitimate world title. Hold a legitimate world title, I'm pretty sure.
want some ice and glasses and shit. Yeah. I think Foreman captured the heavyweight title at the oldest age, which was 46 when he fought Michael Moore. He hit him with this perfect right hand. It was crazy. That's okay. That's that bodega cat. That's Mark Norman stuff. We got some good shit though. So how old was he? 48. So his last fight when he fought Shannon Briggs, Shannon the Cannon. Shout out to Shannon. What? Let's go,
Shannon
champ.
Briggs.
So he beat Lou Savarese. He was 48 years old. Crazy. And he knocked out Michael Moore. He was 45. So he
there you
was
go.
the oldest man ever to win the heavyweight title at
Yeah.
age 45. And you got to realize, like, that's a real 45. That's not like a 45 today.
Yeah.
The 45 today is 45 with testosterone replacement and human growth hormone and peptides.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Mike Tyson, yeah, he's 57, but he got access to
everything.
Yeah.
And he's also doing this very unique kind of training with.
I think that is a big difference as well compared to when he was fighting. Like now, at the age that he's at, he has a lot of access to a lot of advancements in training, sports science, and all that sort of stuff to get him at the best possible state that they can for his age. So that's giving him more of a shot against Jake Paul. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Electrical muscular stimulation that I've talked to some people that do that, and it has massive benefits of rehabilitating injuries, and it also for a lot of people gives them significant gains when they use it as opposed to just using weightlifting. I don't know too much about the science behind it. When Jamie comes back, we'll have him look it up, but you slap electrodes onto yourself. They put these pads on you, and it's hooked up to a machine. And while the electricity is going into your muscles, you're doing exercises. So while you're getting jolted, you're doing squats and you're doing like deadlifts. You're doing all this shit while you're connected to this thing that's
Thank you.
stimulating your muscles.
But isn't that
Isn't that
because
cheating?
my main concern would be, I guess, in my head, where it's like, what if the electricity, the timing's off, and it goes to control?
Anyway, I guess that's a good point. The fact that he does have access to a lot of, I don't know, sports science, technology, things that advancements in sports science. Like, it's come a long way since he was last fighting. So that is definitely a benefit for him. And obviously he has access to all of that. So it's definitely going to help him with this fight at his age. So yeah, wait and see. Well, he wasn't too bad when he fought, I'm having a mind blank. Roy Jones Jr. When he fought Roy Jones Jr., he actually went pretty good. I think he was kind of like, I don't think he was going full throttle, but yeah, he seemed to be doing all right, getting some good shots in. So he was still sort of on the ball with landing shots and I mean, Roy Jones wasn't. I mean, Roy Jones was still good, but he wasn't. You could tell he was nothing like he used to be. And Tyson could catch him with some shots. So, yeah, it was interesting. Anyway, moving on from that. So, and this is another thing. We still don't know the rules of the actual fight. If we know it's going to be an exhibition, but we don't know the rules. So, and I've looked in a few places and I can't see anything. All I can see is like things on Instagram where they're not reliable sources and people are just going off them and making YouTube videos about them, like the rules, 16-ounce gloves, 2-minute rounds, no official judges, no winner unless KO. And then you got Instagram things here, new rules for Tyson versus Paul. So, fighter over the age of 36 must successfully complete an EEG and EKG. I think this one is right in terms of what they have to complete. The EEG and the EKG. Both fighters will wear 16-ounce gloves rather than the regular 10-ounce gloves. I haven't seen that officially anywhere. And the fact that it's going to be 2 rounds, I haven't seen that anywhere either. No official judge. Well, it's not going to be no official. There isn't going to be any official judges because it's an exhibition. So you don't need judges because no one wins. So then you look at. So I tried to do some research and have a look to see if there is anything about the rules. And this is the most latest thing that I can see that looks legit about Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Drug testing rules for boxing fight. So Mike Tyson and Jake Paul will be drug tested ahead of their boxing fight this summer. Tyson will come out of retirement, blah, blah, blah. The pair will clash in Texas. So, yep, Tyson claimed it would be an exhibition, but the rules will be those of a real fight. And regardless of the bout's status, so the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation told World Boxing News contestants who fight in Texas are subject to random drug tests. Combatants over the age of 36 are also required to pass an EKG and an EEG. So that is true, that part of it. But not the rules. And on the subject of the fight rules, they added, we have not received a proposed card from the promoter. So we have not decided whether the contest between Mr. Paul and Mr. Tyson would be a professional fight or an exhibition. So that's not even confirmed either. It's not even confirmed whether it's going to be an exhibition or a professional fight. But we are still waiting to receive the proposed card from the promoter. We are hearing occasionally from the promoter, but not from the camps. So even though Tyson said it's going to be an exhibition fight, and I guess if the promoter says, okay, this is going to be an exhibition fight, then I'm guessing it will be an exhibition fight if that's what they're putting in for. But there is still that option for it to be a professional fight, I'm guessing, from what they're stating here. And there is nothing set out in the rules at this current point. And this was put up today. This is updated today. So this is not old news. This is current stuff that's happening now. This is current news, up-to-date news about the fight. And this is coming from a legitimate source. So these Instagram things that you see that state the rules, like, where's their credibility? There is none. So don't believe this stuff. And I won't make a YouTube video based on some post that some random person put up stating the rules. Anyway, so this is Tyson recently coming out, walking, I don't know where he was, some sports show ahead of the Jake Paul fight, with no shirt on. I don't know why he doesn't have a shirt. Maybe he just wants to show his physique coming up to the fight. But anyway, let's get a glimpse of how fit he's looking at this current stage.
Hey, Mike. Mike, how do you respond to fans who want your Jake Paul fight to be sanctioned?
No interviews.
Oh, why not?
Not today.
Not today, buddy. So he's looking...
Gotta communicate ahead of time.
He's looking pretty fit for his age. But yeah, for his age. Like, he's... But even when he had that exhibition with Roy Jones, he was looking pretty fit. Nowhere near as fit as he used to look, but that's what you expect for his age. I think he's looking fit enough to be able to put some decent blows onto Jake Paul. So, yeah, anyway, that's a glimpse of how his training's going and the physique that it's showing.